Hello, you guys. You are not going to believe the day I've had. I just got off of a 2.5 hour phone call with somebody from Wes's very inner circle, somebody very close to him. But before we get into any of that, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Danielle. If you can do me a favor and you decide that you are enjoying this video, go ahead and drop me a like and consider subscribing. Now, the information I'm going to be sharing in this video comes from a very, very trusted source, very trusted, somebody very close to Wes. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to reveal who that person is, but just trust and believe this is somebody very close to him. I spoke to this person on the phone today, like I said, for 2.5 hours. But again, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm not claiming anything in this video to be true for 100% certain. It's obviously all alleged. I'm not trying to get sued, but again, Wes is caught up with plenty of lawsuits as it is. I don't think he really has the time to sue me, but nonetheless, still just take it with a grain of salt. Okay, so as many of you probably know by now, Wes has been flaunting his new relationship all over social media. He's been dating this girl named Megan. She's very young, and he's been posting about this relationship nonstop. Anybody who's over the age of 13 and who is mature, and anyone who's an adult, can obviously see that this is just a pathetic attempt to make Angie jealous. He's just so immature and transparent, it's hilarious. But nonetheless, he's been posting pictures of them together all over his social media. He's posting photos like this of them in matching outfits, her showing off her BBL. He was even posting private messages that she sent to him, like little videos and stuff, and text messages between the two of them, I guess to prove to us that this is a real relationship and that he's not the trick that we all know he is. I swear this is the type of shit like me and my little lame friends used to do in high school to make our boyfriends jealous. We would like post pictures with other guys and our boyfriends would do the same to us. It's just so childish. I mean, come on. It's not exactly something you do when your frontal lobe is fully developed. But nonetheless, he is on the internet trying to prove to us that they are locked in, as they say.
It's like really locked in. We locked in.
And truly at this point, he's just desperate to post anybody on his social media that's halfway decent looking to make Angie jealous, obviously, as I said. He even got her name tattooed on him while he was live streaming on Kick. And while he was getting tattooed, he was talking to her and she was saying that she would tattoo his name on her forehead if they got married. We all remember what happened to the last girl who decided to tattoo Wes on her forehead. It didn't turn out so well.
Trying to make the bitch's fucking dreams come true. What if some studly ass motherfucker kills it, who like lays a pipe down, is famous, and has bread, tat your name on you?
The next step is we gotta go to the court. We gotta finish. We gotta get married. But you gotta be my husband. You gotta be my husband. You be my husband, I'll put it on my forehead.
Okay, as long as you.
But you gotta be my husband.
You guys, I wouldn't even let her tattoo anything because I don't like chicks. I don't really like chicks with tattoos anymore.
You don't even let me tattoo nothing.
I really don't like when chicks have tattoos.
Yeah.
So.
It's not feminine. No, but I'm gonna do it. If we get married, I'm definitely tattoo.
Well, it turns out they are not so locked in because she has now left him. Yes, Wes got dumped, and apparently he's not taking it very well. Well, would you look at that? Look who's back at Mr. Wesley's house. That was a quick one. By the time I finished filming my video, they were already back together, and by the time I'm done editing it, they're probably going to be broken up again. So this relationship is already off to a great start, wouldn't you say? And if my eyes aren't deceiving me, is that a pair of freshies I spy with my little eye? Looks to be the case. A brand new fresh pair of silicone titties sponsored by Wes himself. What a nice guy. Anyways, guys, everything else in my video still stands, or at least I stand by everything I say in my video. Just wanted to let you know in case you're like, Danielle, what the hell are you talking about? They're not broken up. Well, they did. And apparently now they are back together because of love, of course, and definitely not money or titties or ass injections or anything like that. As we can see by this message here that reads, LOL, Megan left Wes. He's unwell. Imagine that. I heard from a mutual friend he was really up about it and begging this individual to go out with him Sunday night, where I guess he got so fucked up. People pretty much had to walk him out of the club. It's just so bizarre, all the bullshit, weak ass, transparent manipulations he spits out of his mouth all day, every day. With the drugs and alcohol and being in this delusional state right now, I guess he thought he had something very real with this girl, LMAO. Buddy, she's a known fucking escort down here. If you were not taking her out or buying her a thing, she would not be with your dorky ass. You relapsed after 14 years because you're such a narcissist and not being able to control Angie in any way, shape, or form, not with money, not with your words and supposed wisdom, not with your game, not with your muscles, nothing, not a single thing could get Angie to conform to all your ideas and perspectives. And that caused him to pick up alcohol and then get into the drugs. Wild. Yes, it is wild because recently he was on his Instagram story bragging about how he finally has a girl who's different. All the girls he dated in the past were sex workers, but he finally is with a girl who has a good family. She has a good relationship with her father, and she's not, a whore.
The biggest difference is she actually likes me. You can tell she actually loves me. I can tell. It makes me feel kind of stupid that I was with all these other chicks that obviously didn't. But those type of chicks can't even love anything. They don't love themselves. They were strippers or sex workers or whatever the fuck. I find out later that they're hookers. When you guys were like, oh, you're with this hooker. I never found a girl and said, I'm going to pay this hooker. In Miami, you'll meet a chick and she ends up being a hooker. She's just not one. She actually has a good relationship with her dad. It's pretty cool. The other day she goes, oh, you can never be my Valentine because my dad's always going to be my Valentine.
No, I said that we're going to share.
Was it? No, but that was cool. I like that. I'm like, fuck yeah, keep your dad. Your dad, I should earn the spot more. But a lot of the women who don't like their father or they don't have a relationship or they can't respect men. And you get these girls who think they're like boss bitches and shit, and they just ain't doing shit. They're busted and they're stupid and they fucking just end up sucking dick and give a fuck for a living.
Well, I don't know if Wes is really just that big of a trick or if he's just completely blinded by a pair of tits and a BBL in front of him, because it turns out that Megan is a massive 304, allegedly a massive 304, and allegedly a very well-known escort down in Miami. I want to stress to you guys that he has been dating this girl for less than a month. So in less than a month, he has already paid for her to get her ass refilled. You guys remember when she went to that consultation to get her boobies done with that doctor? Well, it turns out she actually allegedly got her ass filled while she was there. And within the time they've been dating, which is less than a month, he has allegedly spent, guys, strap in for this because this is going to make you want to vomit. It made me sick. He has allegedly spent between $200,000 to $300,000 on this woman. Yes, guys, $300,000. And this is obviously between the cash that he has been giving her and gifts and everything that he has spent within that time frame. Well, it turns out that this is allegedly a win-win situation for him because his ex-wife is currently suing him. So he has allegedly made statements to his friends saying that he needs to blow through $4 million as soon as he can and pretend he's broke because he doesn't want his ex-wife Valerie to basically take him for all he's worth. Guys, again, I know these are very wild statements I'm making in this video, but please just trust and believe that I wouldn't be saying any of this if the person that I got this information from wasn't very, very, very trusted and very, very, very close to Wes. But again, I'm not stating any of this as fact. Now, back to Megan. So this bitch was getting the bag, like really getting the bag. And she could have continued getting the bag, except for the fact that Wes's alleged drug use was so bad that she couldn't take it anymore. Even after receiving almost $300,000, this craziness was too much for her, allegedly. She couldn't take it anymore, even though the two of them have allegedly been smoking meth together. As you can see, when his friend messaged me, well, I messaged him asking him what Wes was on. I said, I know they're so bad, talking about his tattoos. So what is this dude on? Just blow or what? Because in the beginning, I think we all, or at least I just assumed he was drinking and on blow. It was pretty obvious. His friend responds, alcohol, cocaine, 2C, which is basically ecstasy, and smoking meth, and lots of it. People that are dealing to him are talking about the crazy amounts of drugs he's buying. So there are two alleged main drug dealers in Miami that he is purchasing these alleged drugs from, and they have been talking about his drug use and how over the top it is. Allegedly, he constantly has a mountain of cocaine in front of him, and he is just allegedly blowing through that quicker than Charlie Sheen. But apparently, he keeps crying about how he threw away 14 years of sobriety, which he did, on Angie. He claims that, Angie made him do this, but in all reality, nobody can force you to relapse. I know things suck. Sobriety is really hard. Trust me, I know, but nobody can force you to throw away 14 years of sobriety. And I think that's why this has all gone downhill so quickly. I mean, this really has taken a massive toll on him. Angie, she really crushed the poor guy. And as we can see in these messages talking about the reason that Megan left him, this person says she's a known escort, but left him mainly because of the drugs and craziness. This person also agrees that all of this has a lot to do with his unhealthy obsession with Angie. This message reads, he's definitely still in love with Angie, or he's in love with the obsession of hoping to one day get her back and possibly get her to conform, lol. Full-blown narcissist, when they are unsuccessful or when their shit doesn't work, they literally lose their fucking minds. Yes, indeed. And that is exactly what has been happening to Wes. Because guys, this next part is actually going to be quite sad. So we all remember when Wes had that big old cut on his forehead. When it happened, I think we kind of all assumed that he cut himself while he was shaving his bald ass noggin. Well, it turns out that allegedly Wes has actually been shooting up cocaine. And during an episode of him shooting up cocaine, allegedly, he overdosed. And when he allegedly overdosed, he fell over and hit something and fell right on his big old dome piece. And yes, it is very sad. Overdoses happen to the best of us. I've fallen over and busted my lip wide open like an idiot. I still have a scar from it. But the thing is I am not hiding it and acting like, everything's fine, trying to sell courses, scamming and grifting, lying to the entire internet, which is why I'm even sharing any of this in the first place. Because Wes is the type of person who goes from preaching something, got to be sober, drinking and smoking is for idiots, drugs is for losers, blah, blah, blah. But then it's okay if he does it. Then suddenly he moves the goalpost. Suddenly, going to the gym and being a gym rat is for losers. Taking care of your health and not going out makes you a complete loser. Suddenly, going out clubbing and connecting with people and socializing is the way to go. So he's constantly moving the goalpost, and whatever he's doing is suddenly the cool thing to do. And then whatever everyone else is doing makes them complete lames and losers.
So this is probably one of those guys who is a social outcast. He's a fucking hermit. He can never even go to a club or bar without looking like the biggest fucking weirdo known to man. A lot of the fitness people are very awkward. They're not like the most social people, hence why they just flex too much and talk about themselves and working out and shit. I still wasn't like that. I never wanted to be a fitness person. Fitness is part of your life. You can't not be fit or you'd be fucking living a whack life. I'm glad I spent so much time being fit. I still eat proper macros. I still work out. I still do everything. But I'm just not making it the massive priority in my life that it was before to get so jacked. I've already done that. It didn't seem very useful. The second part is going to clubs and bars and the nightlife in Miami is so much more beneficial than a gym. I never met anyone that was so awesome in a gym, ever, not once. But at these places, when I go out, I meet a lot of amazing people. So
now, if you notice, within the past few years, Wes has been slowly downsizing. He has gone from living in really big, beautiful mansions to downsizing and living in still beautiful homes, but, slightly less expensive, then downsizing again, moving to cheaper areas, still very beautiful homes, but in areas that aren't as prestigious. And that is obviously because, he is not coaching coaching as many. He still has money, but he's just not coaching as many people as he used to. Obviously, he still has his idiot ass clients that will believe and follow every little word he says, but he definitely isn't doing nearly as well as he used to be. Well, Wes cannot take that. He cannot take the fact that complete strangers on the internet might perceive him as a failure. You know, if he downsizes, he always has to hide it. He has to hide the fact that his cars come from Cario Motor Cars and they're all listed to be sold, and they have some sort of weird contract, weird deal going on that he's allowed to drive these cars around, give them a little like payment, and then he can drive them around until they get sold. He can't admit any of this, right? Well, he also cannot admit that allegedly all of his jewelry is fake. His diamonds are not real diamonds. Allegedly, they are moissanites. His Rolex is also fake. And his Richard, I don't know how to say it. The Richard Mill? Is that how you say it? Richard Mill? Something like that. You know, the ugly ass Power Ranger watch, the one that looks like you got it from like a McDonald's Happy Meal. That watch is also allegedly fake. But I mean, we all kind of knew that. That's not really that shocking. That's not really a surprise. But this next part was a surprise for me because lately we have seen Wes go shopping. He's been going to Bal Harbour, shopping at, Louis Vuitton, at Prada, all these places. Well, it turns out, and this is again coming from a very trusted source, it turns out allegedly Wes has been buying fake designer clothing, designer bags that are fake. But then he goes to Bal Harbour and pretends like he's shopping for the actual item. For example, he will purchase a fake Louis Vuitton bag. Then he will take a trip to Bal Harbour, record the whole thing, put it on his Instagram story, make a whole, show about it, a whole production, and then go into Louis Vuitton, walk out, and then when he gets home, he will show off the fake bag, acting as though he just purchased it that day at Bal Harbour, allegedly. That for me has to be probably the most embarrassing thing out of everything. I mean, we kind of already, the drug thing isn't that shocking to me because again, I am a recovering addict. So, that doesn't really shock me. I don't really judge it. I just hate the fact that he's hiding all of this. But the most embarrassing thing is the whole Bal Harbour shopping, pretending like you're buying real designer shit when it's fake. Who does that? That is so, legitimately, who are you trying to impress? Doing all of this for a bunch of fucking strangers on the internet? Strangers that you don't even like? Strangers that you constantly call losers and lames and fight with on your Instagram stories and talk shit to, say that, you never want to be like, you don't give a fuck about what they think. Obviously, you do. Because why would you go through all of this? Why would you go through the trouble of getting ready, getting in your car, putting gas in your car, driving to the mall, doing this whole charade, filming the whole goddamn thing, and then driving back? Why would you go through all of that for people you allegedly don't even care about their opinions of you? You clearly do care about what people think, and you care very much, more than the average person, because you would never do any of this if you didn't care what people thought of you. So guys, this whole thing is very sad, and I am in no way making fun of Wes for any of this. I'm not making fun of him for his drug addiction. I'm not making fun of his addiction to whores. I'm not making fun of him for anything. How could I? I've been in all of those positions in my life before. I've been very open about the fact that I have been in all of those situations myself. But the thing is, when you are selling courses and lying to people and acting like an asshole on the internet, talking shit to people, talking shit to the people that you are coaching, treating them horribly. And yes, he does treat people horribly. He even got called out by somebody in the gym before who told him not to fucking talk to the people he's training like shit, because apparently he was talking to them very disrespectfully in front of this person. But nonetheless, I mean, we all know that he treats people like shit. This is why it's important to, call this shit out and talk about this, because this dude is just a complete piece of shit. Honestly, once I got off the phone with this person and I really heard, there's so many things, guys, that I can't even tell you, but Once I heard all of this, I was just in complete disbelief. This guy is a real scumbag. And, normally I really wouldn't go this far and I wouldn't, expose all of these things on the internet. But this is real scumbaggery. This guy is a real scumbag. Anyways, guys, I am going to be having an interview with this person coming up very soon. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that. And once you guys see, you guys don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe a word I say. Again, it is all alleged anyways. I'm not claiming it to be a fact. But once you guys see the person that I'm going to be interviewing in person, not virtually, in person, you are going to shit your pants. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to see Wes's reaction. Hopefully he's not, arrested by then, or hopefully, he's still out, because he's going to lose his shit. He is going to completely crash out. I guarantee you that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like if you like this video, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you next time. Take care.